What is up, you guys? You just tuned in for another Popcrank video, and this will be some quick tips on how to get the mother of all bombs. And believe me, guys, this one was a complete bitch. I've been trying to get him like all day, but it wouldn't work for some reason. Either I died or the game was over and I was like 2 or 3 kills away. But hey, so the first tip I can give you guys is have a wingman. I had my buddy Chromers over here, and as always, because I'm like most of the time playing with him, and he was watching my back. He was making sure that I wouldn't get shot from the back, from the side, just any spot I wasn't looking at. And we were on Skype communicating, because if you have a wingman and you don't communicate, that's pretty useless. Don't get a wingman then. But yeah, Chromers and I were doing a great job on, well, he did a great job on keeping the enemies off me while I was shooting the enemies that were in front of me. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be able to get this Moab on this map without having him. He saved me many times and made sure I was able to get this Moab. So second tip I can provide you with is use a class that you are very familiar with. For instance, I was using my silenced ACR, which is my go-to class if I want to have a good gameplay. It is just something that I know if I use it, I will perform and I will have a decent gameplay. Give me a second to get me some sparkling water. Ah, delicious water. So the second tip, or wait, that was the second. So the third tip I can give to you guys is dominate one spot. It may sound like camping, but it isn't. It is dominating a spot. And this is the spot that I'm going to right now. It is between B and C. And right now they have C and we had like B, I guess. Well, at least we'll cap it in just a moment. But that'll switch. So I know where the guys are spawning. And Chromers is covering the area right now. B is now covering B because I know the enemies will spawn off A and close to C. So I'm picking them off there. You gotta learn the spawns. It will help you out tremendously in getting more kills. So now the spawn switched. So me and Chromers was switched. He was watching my back over there. And I wanted to pick off the guys coming through this kind of tunnel thing. And that worked out really well. I picked up quite some kills, and Chromers, tried not getting too much kills, and he told me where they were coming from, so I could pick off those guys. And another thing that is very important, so to get the Moab, is definitely you will be using the specialist strike package, so you gotta make it work. You gotta make sure everything works at your playstyle. So I want a scavenger, extra magazines, hardline to get my specialist perk earlier, and marksman, of course, is like the legal wall hack, pick off enemies at longer range. And like I had Chromers also calling out where these enemies were, so it was like very easy to pick these guys off. So I used hardline to get sleight of hand, so I could pick scavenger as my first perk to start off with, and it worked out very well. But this was like fortunate and unfortunate at the same time, because I got my Moab or Moab, whatever you want to call it, and there was like a little problem to it, and I'm not gonna spoil it, you'll see. And well, that's something I want to point out as well. You just seen I was lucky. What you need is luck. You need the opposite team to be noobs. It'll be a lot easier if they are noobs. Of course, they didn't have to run through that tunnel the whole time, but they were noob. They started throwing grenades and everything, but I had my blast shield, so they couldn't touch me. And they just kept coming, and I picked them off, and I got most kills in the same spot. And you can say, well, you're just camping. It is not camping, it is dominating the area. If I would rush, and definitely in this map, because there are a lot of dangerous spots, I wouldn't have made it. So it was definitely good, and my screen just went black, but you couldn't see that. But yeah, that is what helped me, knowing where the enemies were and just communicating, having my good claws, having a good spot, and just making sure that everything is as you want it. And of course the map does matter. We kept looking for a map that we were very familiar with, and now I got my Moab, but something odd will happen. Boom! Screen freezes, host leaves, everyone gets kicked out of the game. And now it's weird, it happens every time my screen gets black. It'll come back in just a second. I don't know why, because when I record it, it's not black. It's just throughout the host migration my screen goes black. And I don't know how it comes, but it'll come back in just a second. Now the host migration is over and there's no one in the game. But my Moab continues and people were just rejoining, and I was lucky enough to get my kills. And then like everyone just left anyways, so I left too. Thank you guys for watching. This was Popcrank, signing out.